Hello and welcome everyone. This is Dr. Muzakir Ahmed Khan from PTE Tube. I'm back again with very interesting topic that is summarized written text. There are various strategies available online and many of us follow those. In this particular video, I'll be discussing if those strategies still work fine. Is everything okay with those strategy or something has changed? Okay, so please stay tuned and watch this video up till end. This will definitely help you in scoring good marks in writing, as well as you will get good enough marks in the reading session as well. Yeah, we'll move ahead. These are the things that I'll be discussing in my session. Hence, I welcome you all for this session. And before we even begin, I request you all to subscribe our channel, that is PT Tube. This will encourage us to come up with new videos every day that will assist you one or the other way. Yeah. Before getting into actual discussion, I would definitely like to discuss, the previous video that was on essay. I had couple of queries from couple of people with regards to these sentences which I had mentioned in my previous video, whether these sentences, usage of sentences is really required or not. Okay, I certainly believe that, usage of these kind of sentences which you see on the screen will, complicate our situation, because these are the sentences comprising of new words, hard words, which we are not used to. All of a sudden we cannot bring them into use. If at all, if we do so, we may commit mistakes. So it is always better not to go ahead with new words and new form of sentences unless and until we are aware of those completely. Okay, for detailed clarification, please go through my previous video. That will help you a lot. Yeah, we'll move on. Yeah, first of all, let's see the definition of summary, which I have taken from Google straight away. What a summary is. A summary is a brief statement or a restatement of main points. Okay, it is just a brief statement. And keeping this in mind, we will proceed and we'll understand what actually the task is. Okay, and summary differs from person to person. Okay, every person have different way of writing, different way of thinking, different way of understanding the things. Okay, there is no any rule that this should be the particular and this should be the only summary. There is no any rule like that. Okay, summary varies. So having this in mind, we'll go ahead and try to understand the whole task of summarize written text. Yeah, summarize written text. This is the first and the foremost task in the writing session. Okay, the next one is, of course, essay. The first one is summarize written text. And it is individually timed in the sense we may get any number of essays from right from 1 to 3. Each task is individually timed, and for each one we will get 10 minutes. We will discuss it. On the day of examination, we may get somewhere around 2 to 3 tasks and points. So based on what we write and how we write, we get scored for both writing as well as reading session. Paragraphs, the whole summary, in the sense the whole story, whatever they give, the question may be in single or multiple paragraphs. And time is 10 minutes, and that is auto timed. Once you cross, once 10 minutes is over, itself it moves to the next question or the next task. Distribution of points. This what is mentioned on the official PT website. For content, we may get 0 to 2 points, and for length, 0 to 1. And the length should be somewhere between 5 words to 75 words. If at all, if we write less than 5, definitely 0 points. And it should vary somewhere between 5 to 75 points. So what we practice, we'll let you know later on. Grammar, 0 to 2. And finally, vocabulary 0 to 2. These are the points, and evaluation strategy, what PT follows or it doesn't follow, we do not know. But still, this is what is mentioned in official PT website. But I certainly believe what the most important thing among this is the grammar alone. Okay, if you are just good enough in the grammar, the way we form sentence, the way we make use of prepositions and articles, that is all enough in this thing. Yeah, we all need to know what are the do's. Okay, this we need to follow in order to secure out of out marks, because this is a session where we can excel and we can contribute to the reading, because reading, we all know, it is uncertain task. Okay, especially fill up the blank. So this is one particular task wherein we have to excel, and this really contributes good enough marks to the reading session as well. So dudes, we got to pay attention and do this. We have to summarize in one sentence. What do we mean by one sentence? In the sense, the sentence should start with capital alphabet and it should end with a full stop. These two are mandatory. Okay, if we lose in hurry burry, if we don't manage our time, if we miss even full stop, we may lose lot of marks. And again, so the summary that we prepare should be out of two or more sentences. Okay, two or more sentences or portion of it. Okay, the sentence as it is in the given question, or a portion of the sentence, and the portions or the chunks that we pick up, we have to club them together, making sure grammar is perfect. And next, and how do we do it? By using appropriate connectors, that is and, but, so, while, some. I use only these five, and that is all enough. If you just use these five, you can easily frame one a perfect and out of out scoring sentence. And, but, so, while, some. So when do we use each of these, you will get to know later, so stay tuned. Yeah. Or you have to look for few words in the question, that is in particular, in addition to, moreover, as a result. If at all, if I make use, if I watch, if I see in addition to in the question, in place of in addition to, I will add and, moreover, I will add but. So however, I will add but. Moreover, again I can add and. So it comes with practice. So you should, once you find the question, you should be always looking for these kind of words, in addition to, moreover, although, okay, however, etc. And next, however, in contrary, despite, in spite. Okay, words somewhere around 40 to 50 plus would be fine. 40 plus, if you're able to frame a sentence with 40 words or 40 plus words, that is good. Again, 40 to 50 plus is a decent sentence. Next thing, very important thing is, you have to finish framing the sentence, a perfect sentence, by end of 6th or 7th minute. Okay, if you follow our strategy, you will end up finishing a sentence just in 5 to 6 minutes. Okay, next, yeah, what do we do the rest of the time out of 10 minutes? Proofread with regards to grammar and spellings. If my grammar is good enough, and if I have committed no spelling mistake, then no doubt that I'll be getting out of out points for both reading as well as writing. Yeah, don'ts, very important. Read for more than 2 minutes. Don't just keep reading the whole para for more than 2 minutes. 1 minute is all enough. 1 to 2 minutes, not more than 2. Okay, don't waste your time reading the whole para. Okay, it's not important here for us to understand the whole thing. Not really required. I am trying to understand the para just to frame a sentence, not to understand and convey and go some speech outside. Okay, it's really not required. You just how long you have to understand this, in the sense, to what extent you have to understand the para, to the extent with which you can frame a sentence. That's it. And now, worry about content while framing a sentence? No, not required. What you're writing, what is the content? Not required. If you miss some data, that is fine, really fine. Okay, it is just a summary, and summary is a statement and of few important points. It doesn't necessarily mean that I cover all the points. Not required. Okay, if it is on topic, if you miss few of the contents and few of the information, that is fine. Don't worry much about the content. And key points, again the same. You need not mess up yourself just focusing on key points. Should I cover all the key points? Not required. What is required is a sentence with a perfect grammar as well as spelling. Addition of new content in the last 2 minutes. Suppose I framed a sentence, and while reading, I figured out that I have to rephrase the thing. I have to add few more things. If at all that happens to you in the last 2 minutes, never do that. Okay, no changing of sentence in last 2 minutes whatsoever. Yeah, you can change it grammatical. If there are some grammatical errors, you can do that. If there are any spelling errors, you can do that, but no addition of extra information, because having or including all of the information doesn't give me more marks. Okay, fine. Yeah, also try not to include these words in middle of your sentence, although however in spite, because most of the cases grammatically these words come in the beginning of the sentence. Okay, we are, it's always better, good practice that we start a paragraph with these words, although in spite, however. Yeah, even if you use, if you're good enough, or you're confident with the this thing grammar, then you can use, but still it is a good practice to not to use these words. Yeah, on the day of exam, this is how the screen on the day of exam for this particular task looks like. On the top, uh, these are the instructions. You need not read and waste your time reading these instructions, and below it you find the question, and beneath it you see a window wherein we are supposed to summarize our the whole para into one single sentence. Got it? Yeah, this is another example. What is the difference that you see between this screen as well as this screen? This is what I just wanted to show. That's why I have put two things here. The para, the first para is good enough, it is long enough, and the second one is just 2 lines, whereas the next screen we have multiple paragraphs, 1 2 3 4 paragraphs. So just to make sure, to just to get used to what kind of question may come, it may be a single paragraph or multiple paragraph. Yeah, now coming to actual exercise. This is a exam question which has occurred or come in PT real examination somewhere in the past. Okay, this is something with regards to public speaking. This is the given question. What will you do? Are you supposed to read the whole paragraph, the whole given question? Not required. Okay, just try go behind looking one independent sentence which has some information, the what we call the main topic of the paragraph. Okay, wherever you can start and frame an independent sentence, that will really help you a lot, that will cater for your needs. And this is the thing, I'll just go through. In the meanwhile, even you can go through the question. Yeah, I have gone through the first paragraph, and I have figured out that, and I have found out that this particular sentence to be suitable for me to frame a sentence. Okay, it is good sentence. The more you understand and know about a situation, the more comfortable you will be, and thus the less power your shyness will have over you. It is good sentence. I'll just pick it up. Okay, I'll show you. I have chosen that as well as few more sentences. Yeah, out of the first para, I have selected this particular sentence, as well as I have skipped the second para, and I move on to the third para. I have chosen two sentences, then I club them together. After joining them together, I'll do some alteration with regards to spellings and tenses, as well as subject verb agreement. Yeah, we'll have a look as how I have clubbed and what changes I have done. And this is the first sentence, and now the second sentence is this. As a result, I have changed it so as to match the second sentence with the first one. As a result, I have changed it. I have written due to which your confidence will. I have removed the word already. Your confidence will be much higher than before. Which might, I have removed and replaced with and this may allow you to attempt public speaking when you join a club like Toastmasters. Can anybody figure out any mistake in this particular sentence? No. Yeah, this is the final sentence after clubbing and making some correction. The more you understand and know about a situation, the more comfortable you will be, and thus the less power your shyness will have over you, due to which your confidence will be much higher than before. And comma before and make sure that you put comma. Why? We will discuss in another session framing of sentences, and this may allow you to attempt public speaking when you join a club like Toastmasters. Okay, the words are somewhere between 54, around 54. This is a perfect summary of the given question. What have we done? I have simply selected two random sentences by just reading them. I read the first para. I chose that portion of that particular paragraph, and I went through second para. I saw if anything matches, anything go well with the first sentence. No, nothing goes well according to me. Okay, as it is, I'm saying I can rephrase the second any sentence of the second para and fix with first sentence which I have chosen. But I don't want to do all those work. I just want some sentence that goes well with the first sentence. I went on to the third para. I saw something which goes well with the first sentence. I chose it. I just wrote them together and I fixed it by changing some grammatical stuff. Clear? And now this is my final sentence, and there is no any grammatical error, and it gives some summary about the given question. That is all is enough. I don't know if this matches with anybody else, because the n number of people write examination and n number of people will have their own form of sentence. Is this sentence right? Will this fetch me good enough marks? Yes. This will fetch me out marks on the day of examination. No complication, no paraphrasing, no rephrasing, nothing. Okay. So no investing of my mental power. What am I doing is picking up some two sentences and then fixing few things with regards to grammar, with regards to sentence, with regards to tenses, with regards to subject verb agreement. Yeah, this was not going well. As a result of, I cannot, however it is in the paragraph, I cannot just put over here and mix two sentences. That will not work out. Clear? We will discuss another this thing. Yeah, if you think that 54 words, a sentence with 54 words is quite lengthy, then we will go for another alternative. Look, first paragraph, what have I chosen? I have not chosen the full sentence. I have chosen just a portion of the first sentence. And then again skip second paragraph, and I have moved to third paragraph, and I have selected right from as a result of this up till the last, up till the Toastmasters. Also, along with these two, I have chosen a sentence from the last para as well, which I didn't do in the previous example. Got it? The more you understand and know about a situation, the more comfortable you will be. And I have removed as a result of this, which I didn't do in the previous example, just to make sure that things go well along. As your confidence will, again I have removed already, as your confidence will be much higher than before, which might allow you to attempt public speaking when you join a club like Toastmasters. This is perfect paragraph, perfect sentence, with the things going well along. And the number of words over here are 41. If you write this, you will definitely get good out of 4 marks on the day of examination. And even if you feel that the number of words are not good enough, you feel like there should be much more words in the sentence, then addition of few more portion of a sentence can be done from any other paragraph. That's what I have done. Okay, as you practice more, you will naturally become even more confident. I have simply done it. I have done it over here. Look, here it is 41, Along with this particular this sentence, the number of 41 words, I have added another line from the last para, and as you practice more, you will naturally become even more confident. Here the number of words are 53. So this is how you do and frame sentence on the day of examination without even reading right from top to bottom, and figuring out and rephrasing, paraphrasing. All that is really not required. I hope this has helped you and gave you some idea as how a sentence is framed. We'll move on to the next exercise, next sample example, that is with regards to Shakespeare. This is a bit difficult one. Okay, the previous question, though it was so long, the question was so big. Okay, so long, though the paragraph, there are multiple paragraphs, but believe me, even if the question is very lengthier, this will help us, because these kind of paragraphs will be having a long sentences. This will really help us, because in these cases we can simply select some two sentences and make use of connectors and frame one complete sentence. It is really easy in this type of questions, whereas in these questions wherein the question is very small, as well as question contains a lot of grammatical things, like in this case I don't have one long independent sentence. We know that Shakespeare took whole chunk of Plutarch word for word to use in his Roman plays. After this sentence, I have, though, of course, in doing so, he turned them into great poetry. And again, there is some question here. Does this make Shakespeare a plagiarist? How do I figure out, okay, how do I frame a sentence? So in this case, I cannot simply take a complete sentence, because no sentence is available over here. Okay, this sentence has a question in it, this paragraph has question in it, as well as some sort of information. So in this case, what am I supposed to do is I have to figure out, I have to choose some portion of from each of the sentences and club together, and grammatical knowledge is very important here, that plays a prominent role. Yeah, how we do, I'll just show you. Yeah, how we done is I have chosen the words which are in red color. Shakespeare took whole chunks of Plutarch word for word to use in his Roman plays, and I have ignored, though of course in doing so. I have just skipped it, because there is some grammatical things involved. I'm not sure of it. Okay, though of course in doing so. No, I'm not okay with this, hence I ignore them. And I have chosen he turned them into a great poetry. Shakespeare took whole chunk of Plutarch word for word to use in his Roman plays. He turned them into great poetry. I have chosen this, but these two things do not go well together. So what have I used? I have used a connector, that is and again I have chosen the another sentence from the next paragraph. However, the main problem. However, I found this word. So in these case, once I see these kind of words, I will directly come without even reading this. There is also but. It is but is in the first word of second paragraph is bird. It is a good connector, but that particular sentence, the first sentence of the second paragraph do not go well with my chosen sentence of the first paragraph. So I ignore that sentence. I move on and find this. However, I'll move on to this. Yeah, whenever I see however is something contrasting. However, I was doing this, however I didn't like it, saying something opposite. Okay, in these kind of words I will use a connector, that is but. And as the the sentence, the main problem these days in plagiarism in academic writing, I'll just keep, I'll retain the same sentence as it is. Yeah, look here, this portion is what I have chosen, and I have added a word and. He turned them into a great poetry. Clear? And again I start from however. Instead of however, I'll replace it with but. Okay, sorry, comma should come over here, comma. But the main problem these days in plagiarism is academic writing, comma, which blah blah blah. Got it? and the number of words are 57. If you want to remove few, you can do it. Okay, but this is how you are supposed to frame. Yeah. So now we have discussed two examples. It is time for us to answer, does two sentence strategy still works? Answer is no. What do you think? Yes or no? No, right? No, in what conditions? When sentences is when we frame a sentence by choosing a portion from the question as it is. We have just selected some portion of the sentences and we have just kept them without even paraphrasing, without making some grammatical changes. In that case, the answer is no. So what are we supposed to do? Look, sentences is just as in the paragraph. Any mistake in this particular sentence? Yes. What is that mistake? We'll look now. So what are we supposed to do? We have to phrase them properly. Okay, with regards to grammar, spelling, subject to verb agreement, that is SVO, and tenses. Like, instead of is, I have to change it to are. Sentences are just as in the para. Okay, considering these two, what is the difference between these? Sentences plural is doesn't come. Plural along with the plural always are comes. Okay, somewhat like this. Just by selecting some portion out of the question, if you just place two things together and make use of connector, things do not work. Two sentence strategy does not work. When will that work? When two sentences selected and some correction has been done with regards to grammar, spelling, subject verb agreement, and tenses, only then two sentence strategy works, and that will fetch you out marks on the day of examination. Yeah, and if you take care of the above things, this strategy still holds good and still works. And I can certainly say that this will always work. It is not that PT changes its strategy and it will not work after a few days. No, this will always work because it is just a summary, and summary, every person has his own summary, and summary can be anything. There is no any standard template or the format that your this thing summary should be like. It can be anything, provided grammar, spelling, SVO, and tenses are taken care of. Yeah, I would like to share with you my score report and my story. Yeah, after a lot of preparation, after getting coaching from 4 or 5 people. Okay, I got coaching from many of the sources, both online and offline. After getting all those, after myself being very confident, I gave the examination. See, writing, I got 75. I was very confident in writing, but still I got 75. Okay, just because of this, I lost in reading as well by 1 mark. Why is it? I was almost through. Listening, I got perfect. Speaking, I got perfect. Writing, I messed up. How? Why? Have a look. I'll let you know what mistake I committed. Mistake I did. A company in the India is paying its employees to to work or to work overtime, whatever. It This is the actual thing, actual question which I got on the day of examination. I certainly remember this. After I finished exam, I recalled. Okay, I figured out what my mistake was. See the sentence: a company in the India is paying its employees to. Is this sentence right? No. Why? Because before the name of a country, India, the article the, specific article, usage of article before a country, a name is wrong. What is the actual right sentence? A company in India is paying its employees something, blah, blah, blah. So second sentence is right, whereas the first sentence is wrong. This is what we are used to, that is what we practice, and this what information we have. And I certainly had this amount of information. But on the day of examination, this is what a kind of question I had got. I got a question something related to United States of America. I got this sentence beginning with: a company in the United States of America is paying its employees something. Okay, so I started a question. I did not copy a whole question. Instead, I started from United States of America. I started the sentence on the day of examination. United States of America is paying its employees. What wrong have I done? I missed the word the. Why did I miss? Because I'm from India and I don't use the before India. Of course, I use the when I speak something, some things about India, the Indian capital, something like that. When I speak about India, I don't prefix it with the. The same thing I implemented on the day of examination. I didn't prefix the United States of America. I removed the from United States. And this took away my points because this gives some impression to the PT that you know some basics. Okay, the solution or the correct thing is the United States of America. Why? Because there is a rule in English which I learned later. Single words, any country which has a single word, that is like Australia, India, or any other country with single name, no article will be used. We refer them with their name. Okay, whereas the countries which have multiple names, United States of America, the United Kingdom. Okay, in that cases we are supposed to use the articles. The United States of America, the United Kingdom. Correct. This is the rule which I learned, and just because of not making use of the word the, I lost my 79 plus. Okay. uh, so what I've been trying to say is you just people need to give feedback to you as where exactly you are committing mistake. For this we have to practice a lot and get feedback. Only then we'll get to know. We may assume that we are doing from our part perfectly, but still we may be committing mistakes which we will not be even aware of. Okay, once I corrected these things, which once I got these information, once I implemented, never after this I gave some 3 attempts after this, never after this I got less than 85, and in the last attempt I got 90 out of 90. So there are a few things that we need to figure out. Finally, there is one exercise available for you. Please, you can go through, take a screenshot or read, practice. Yeah, these are the few collocations. We actually provide a list of collocations, the frequently which appear on the day of examination. Hundreds of collocations. So we have about 200 to 300 collocations. If you just read those, that will be all enough for you to face the reading session. Societal ideologies, staple food, run rampant, complex enigma, more viable, intricate understanding. So like this, we have around 200 plus very frequently appearing collocations, which we share along with our students when they subscribe to our coaching this thing. Yeah. Finally, I request you all to subscribe to our channel just by clicking the button right below this video. That will really help us a lot. That will appreciate. We appreciate for you doing this. I request you all to do it. Thank you. And finally, we at PTE Tube gives intensive coaching. Okay, by experienced guides and mock test. You will go through the mock test. Practice is really required, and along with the practice, review and feedback. Okay, feedback is very important, and we provide feedback line by line in detail. What exactly grammatical mistake you are committing? That will really help you a lot. And advanced strategies. Certain tasks have strategies we just follow that will help you a lot, and you can just be go through the PT and required grammar and vocabulary will provide it. If at all, if you require some coaching, you can just contact us on the below given details. Thank you, and that's it for today. Stay tuned. We'll always be coming up with new topics each and every day. Thank you all, and all the best.